So, Indiana Jones 5 is finally close. Close enough to where we have a title, a trailer, behind the scenes photos. Oh, but Dial of Destiny is a stupid title. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about those guys today. So this movie has been criticized already months before release. But I want to take this time today to explain why I am personally hopeful for it and why I think it might actually be pretty good. Yeah, I know, a positive video about the Dial of Destiny. Who would have thought? So the first thing that I want to bring up before we really dig deep into this video is just addressing all of the people who think, you know, they're so paranoid that this movie is gonna go woke. Like, oh my god, they're gonna kill off Indiana Jones and make him into a girl. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, yeah, they only hired her for the new Indiana Jones position. Yeah. Did you know that James Mangold is gonna kill off Indiana Jones and make him into a woman? Like, okay, I just have one thing to say. These people have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Like, honestly, the film hasn't even released yet and people are already complaining about a problem that, frankly, doesn't even exist. Director James Mangold has even, you know, disproven all of these claims, but people just love to complain, don't they? Hell, dude, as soon as the title was revealed, people started bitching about that, too. Oh, the Dial of Destiny, that's such a stupid and cheesy title. Yeah, the Dial of Destiny, that's really stupid. It's about as stupid and cheesy as the title Temple of Doom, but you don't hear people complaining about that, do you? Man, I hate fan bases sometimes, you know, like with, it's just, I hate fandoms. So, for the sake of my sanity, and hopefully your own, I'm just going to ignore all those stupid complaints for the rest of the video, and we're going to start digging deep into the reasons why I am personally hopeful for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So to understand any type of weariness going into this movie, we first need to look back at Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Now, is this film as good as the original trilogy? No. Does it have CGI monkeys? Yes, it does have CGI monkeys. Does Indiana Jones himself survive a nuclear blast? Hell yeah, he does. However, you know, bringing up Temple of Doom again, Indy is able to survive this. And the CGI monkeys are in the movie for, like, what? Like, they have a single minute of screen time out of a 122-minute film. Yep, that's right. I hate to break it to you guys, I hate to come out in this video, but I like Crystal Skull. I'll even go as far as to say that I love Crystal Skull. I don't mind Mutt, I don't mind the skull itself. I really like the experimentation and kind of the different direction that it took with the series. And if you guys really want to cherry pick and pick out, you know, CGI monkeys being bad compared to like the rest of the film, which has like a ton of cool moments in it, then go ahead, do it, I don't care, whatever. I mean, really, you can have a ball with that, you can have fun, but I'll personally keep my spot as a Crystal Skull fanboy till the day I die. So, if Dial of Destiny tries something new in the same way that Crystal Skull did, meaning, you know, the original trilogy was focused on, you know, taking inspiration from old adventure serials, while Crystal Skull mainly focused and derived itself from 1950s B-movies. Yeah, if Dial of Destiny does something different in that case, I won't mind, I'll welcome it. Granted, it's gonna piss a lot of other people off, but again, this video is highlighting my own personal reasons as to why I think this movie is gonna be good. Because personally, I really like seeing the character go new places, and the series itself for that matter. Second big reason why I'm really excited for Dial of Destiny is that it's not Star Wars. It's no secret that Disney and the rest of the people working on the sequel trilogy absolutely butchered the story that George Lucas had created and set up. And trust me shitting all over Disney Star Wars is going to be relevant a little bit later on in this video, I swear, so you'll just have to let me indulge a little bit. Star Wars is clearly a very touchy franchise. It has, you know, all this set-up lore, characters, and the idea that the main saga films highlight Anakin Skywalker's, you know, downfall and return to the light. So not only did Disney decide to return to that main saga and make more movies out of it for really no other reason, other than money, they went into it with no plan. No plan at all. Like, do you guys realize how, utterly dunderheaded that sounds? You are given one of the most successful and fragile, franchises in the whole world. Millions of fans, a series that means so much to so many people. And you're telling me Disney took that and just pulled an indie and just made it up as they went?
I don't know, I'm making this up as I go.
Okay, to highlight how stupid this is, my dream project has always been a book. I've had this story in place since I was in middle school. I started writing a very basic version of it back when I was in 5th grade. And even back then, even 5th grade Ian, before I wrote a single word of the book, you want to know what I did? I opened up my notebook and I wrote a 2-paragraph synopsis of the whole story. I had a plan set out from the very beginning. Putting together an outline of a multi-part story to find out where your characters and the story overall is going to go, it's kind of basic writing. I know, who would have known? You kind of have to know where your story is going to go before you just start throwing words onto a page.
He's as clumsy as he is stupid.
And boy, oh boy, let's talk Rise of Skywalker for a second. You want to talk about a movie that pissed all over the original 6 films? Yeah, this is it.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Not only extremely unnecessary, but it took away Anakin Skywalker's whole legacy. The main character of the saga. The Chosen One prophesized in Episode 1, he was going to bring balance to the Force, and all the way later in Episode 6, he succeeded. And you want to know how he succeeded? He threw the Emperor down a reactor shaft, and he blew up. Twice. Yeah, don't try to tell me he lived through that.
It cannot be. The Emperor is dead.
Dark science. Cloning. Secrets only the Sith knew.
Okay, number one, if Palpatine is able to make so many clones of himself, and clones of any life forms for that matter, why doesn't he just make an army of 100 Palpatines and take over the galaxy that way? Second, secrets only the Sith knew? Are you kidding me?
Secrets only the Sith knew.
Secrets only the Sith knew. Secrets only, I don't like Attack of the Clones, but literally that entire movie is all about some random alien race with the ability to make clones. What? Secrets only the Sith knew. Secrets only the Sith knew. Are you kidding me? Okay, what's the point I'm getting at here? Point is, Disney just created these movies for no reason. I mean, other than money, there was no reason to make them. It wrapped up perfectly well with Return of the Jedi. The new films were awful, unnecessary, and really just pissed all over the original films, as I mentioned before. But then you get to a series like Indiana Jones, and what do you have there? I mean, the films and the series itself isn't exactly as intertwined as Star Wars is. You can pop in a movie like Temple of Doom, with no knowledge of what Raiders of the Lost Ark is, and you can understand it completely well and enjoy it. And Indiana Jones's legacy as a character is nowhere near on the same level as someone like Anakin Skywalker's. So in that case, I don't really see a way to ruin his character. And Indiana Jones as a series is, let's face it, nowhere near as fragile or touchy as Star Wars. It's a completely different animal. Long story short, I will be very impressed if Disney pulls another Rise of Skywalker and absolutely just butchers and tarnishes Indiana Jones in the same way that they did with Star Wars. Some may look back at my argument of the Star Wars sequels being unnecessary and apply that to Indiana Jones. Dial of Destiny itself is an unnecessary addition to the franchise. Well, let's face it, most people didn't seem very satisfied with the way the Crystal Skull left things off, so why not give it another chance? Oh, well, you may say, Crystal Skull wasn't exactly necessary either. Well, I hate to break it to you, but Spielberg, Lucas, and Ford all agreed to it, so they all wanted it in some fashion. Hell, even this VHS interview from as early as 1999 shows you a fourth film was kind of always in the works.
But I really think that we intend to do a fourth one.
One hopes so.
well, we've gotten a couple scripts that we've worked out, and it's really a matter of getting Harrison and Steven to agree on a script.
So, the argument that Crystal Skull is unnecessary, you know, is Crystal Skull unnecessary? Maybe. But did Crystal Skull destroy Indy's character and cripple the franchise and the fandom beyond repair? No. No, like, not at all. Not in the same way that Abrams and Johnson did with Star Wars. Anyways, the last main reason why I'm excited for Dial of Destiny is kind of a simple one. It's just the fact that we're gonna get new Indiana Jones merch and shows, possibly. This film is gonna spark new interest in the franchise the same way that Crystal Skull did back in 2008. Because, you know, back in 2008, that's when all the Lego sets got announced, that's when some video games got announced and some books. Basically, all I'm saying is that it's gonna come as no surprise that Dial of Destiny is gonna make big money, not just from the box office, but from all the other merchandise sales going on. And normally I wouldn't care that much, but do you guys remember that Young Indiana Jones TV show? Like, the one with Sean Patrick Flannery? I loved that show growing up, you know, I grew up with that show alongside the original films. Sean Patrick Flannery, in my opinion, is as much of Indiana Jones as Harrison Ford is. And I'd love to get more stuff like that in the future, whether it be an Indiana Jones animated show, a Short Round spin-off, which, by the way, congratulations to the actor. His name is escaping me. I also don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. But congratulations to him for winning a Golden Globe Award. But yeah, I'd love to see more Indiana Jones related merchandise shows in the future. I think that'd be great. So those are the main reasons why I am personally looking forward to Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Now obviously I really can't ignore the fact that Kathleen Kennedy and Disney are working on this film, and they may butcher it as bad as Star Wars. I may be spouting blind optimism right now. I really don't know. But what can I say? I'm an Indiana Jones fanboy. I love it even more than Star Wars. So I know damn well that part of me is gonna at least really enjoy the fact that I'm gonna be able to see one last adventure with Harrison Ford. I am far too young to have experienced the original trilogy in theaters, and also when Crystal Skull came out in 2008, I was only 4 years old, so I really wasn't begging to go see it in theaters or anything. So Dial of Destiny is really going to be my only Indiana Jones theater experience. So either way, it's going to be special to me for that main reason, and I have a lot of faith in James Mangold as a director. And if this movie ends up being the most embarrassing, you know, product on the planet, then this video is going to be kind of hard to look back on. But hey, if it sucks, at the very least we'll get one last great John Williams score. Now, if you guys want me to talk about Dial of Destiny and do like a little mini review of it, I can do that, but don't expect it like right after the movie releases. I'm of course gonna see it, you know, opening night as a matter of fact, but I'm gonna have other stuff going on at that time. At that time, you know, come June 30th, I'm gonna be pretty deep into this big project that I've just started working on. Well, actually, I've been working on for the past couple months. So, like I said, I'm gonna have other priorities at the time that the film releases, but I'm gonna go see it opening night, hopefully, and I can make a video talking about it at some point. Just don't expect it like early July or anything. Expect it not at that time. So, have a good day. Let's keep the positivity alive, and I wish nothing but fortune and glory upon you all.